We will start by looking at the disadvantages of defaulting to video, the pros and cons of both phone, video, and email, what you should consider to make the right choice there, rather than letting things happen by accident. And then we'll go on to look at how you set those calls up for success, how you set those conversations up for success, including the importance of listening, what to do if the conversation becomes difficult, and how to ensure conclusive endings to successful calls. Our thinking being, if a conversation is difficult for you, you don't want to have to do it again. You want to know when that's over. There have been various studies which have highlighted that just saying to somebody in an email, "we need to talk," can radically, for some people, introduce stress and anxiety. And you don't want to turn a real life conversation into an email exchange by opening up a free conversation email chain, but you might want to think about just letting them know what the subject of the conversation will be so that everybody's ready. And the ideal is for everybody to be ready, the conversation to be effective, and then you don't have to keep having the same conversations again and again. And I think what we often miss is that if you don't take the time to understand the other person's point of view, then you are very unlikely to reach a successful end to your conversation. Because if you don't know what they are thinking or what they are talking about, how can you come together with an agreement? That is very, very hard to do unless you listen to them. And a useful challenge to you would be to think about, once you've watched this webinar to the end, for the rest of that day or perhaps the rest of that week, try to recognise how often you interrupt people and perhaps how often the others around you interrupt each other.